Okay, hey everybody, I'm Keisha White, founder and creative director at White House Branding Studio. I help professional service firms create a lead generating digital presence that attracts their ideal clients and that attracts more leads to their businesses. And I do this through brand identity design and website design and search engine optimization. So if you want to find out more about working with me, make sure you go over to my profile and you can get the link to my website. It's whitehousebrandingstudio.com. Or you can always send me a message on LinkedIn, and then I can send you the details and send you over to my site that way as well. So today I'm going to talk all about how to increase your website traffic. And this is a very, very important topic because, of course, none of us want to do all this investing, whether it's investing time into getting the website up or investing money to get a website up. But nobody wants to do all this investment of time and money to get a website up and going, and then to have it just collect dust or to hardly get any traffic at all. And really, this is one of the top things that I notice a lot of my clients struggle with. Like even after they get a website up, it seems like the sites don't attract much traffic because they don't know the traffic generating strategies to be doing. So one of the misconceptions that some people have of their websites, if they're a little bit newer in business, is that they think just once they get that site up, that it's just gonna just start attracting people just automatically. But that's definitely not how it works at all. Like there's specific strategies that you have to do in your business. And it's all kind of like a marketing toolkit to where all the items fit together. Like the website is one component, and then all of your marketing strategies are the other components that are going to help you get traffic to the website. And then that's going to help you get leads for your business. So to kind of think of it as a almost step-by-step process, the top step is to do things to generate awareness of your business. So those are the things that are going to start to push traffic to the website. And then once people are aware of the business, then the next step is for them to actually visit your site and to browse. And then the step after that is for an inquiry or a lead to come through. So it's kind of like a 3-step process. First step is awareness. Second step is visiting your website. Third step is submitting that inquiry or getting on that discovery call to work with you. So there's 6 strategies that I'm going to cover today really quick to talk about how to increase your website traffic. And I'm going to just be transparent about each one and tell the pros and cons of each strategy as well, because every strategy has cons. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it at all. And really, it doesn't matter which one you pick. There's going to be some downsides, but there definitely are positive sides about each one too. And so the strategy that you choose to use for your business is just going to depend on your time, your capacity, like what do you enjoy as far as marketing. And then it could also depend on like your timeline, like how quick do you want results, or are you really committed to this business for the long term and things like that. So I'm going to start with the list first of what our 6 strategies are. So the top 6 ways to increase website traffic. So first strategy that I'm going to talk about is blogging. And the second is organic social media posts. The third is search engine optimization. The 5th is paid advertising. And the 6th is doing podcast guest interviews and media features. So before I go into pros and cons of each one, I'm going to do a little clarification on what each one entails as well. So for blogging, is when you write blog content for your business and you have a blog page on your website. So on that blog page, there will be blog posts on different topics, and typically people create blog posts on topics that are relevant to their target clients. So they'll, like, let's say if they're a financial advisor firm, then they may create a blog post on how to improve your budgeting to reach your personal savings goals or something like that. Like that could be a blog content topic. So blog content is all about serving your ideal clients and showing off your expertise. And then typically when people create blog content, they do it around topics that they know that their ideal clients would be searching for. So like topics that the ideal clients would be curious about. Oh, I gotta cough right quick. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. But typically they do it around topics that they know their ideal clients will want to learn more about. So the pros and cons of blogging. So the pros, when you're writing that content that your ideal clients want to learn about, is definitely going to position you in your business as an expert at what you do. So it's going to be a great opportunity to show off what you know and to start to like build trust with an audience, which could help you eventually attract more leads and clients over time. The second pro is that blogging, of course, is going to bring traffic to your website from people who are interested in your area of expertise. So if people are searching for how to reach their savings goals faster or how to save for retirement, like clearly you would know that they are very, very interested in your topic of expertise if they're on the internet searching for that and they find you through a blog post. So that's definitely a pro to get that targeted specific type of audience to come in and be attracted to what you're doing. And then the third pro is that when results come in from your blog content, you will be getting traffic for months and even years to come. So that really helps the content that you're going to be writing to go a lot further than what social media would go, because blog posts they have a very, very long shelf life, to say the least. Like they're going to generate traffic for months and even years. There's even blog posts on my website that still generate traffic that I wrote in like 2019 and it's 2023. So that is a much longer shelf life than any social media post that I have ever written before. And so the cons of blogging. So first con is that there's a lot of writing involved. And I know writing can be a challenge for a lot of business owners. So that tends to be something that's a little unappealing to them. Sometimes business owners end up hiring a writer, like a content writer or even a copywriter, to write their blog content for them. Or if they have an in-house marketing employee, that marketing person, if writing is one of their skill sets, then they may do the writing for them. But the second con is that to see that traffic from blogging, you do have to do some keyword research before you write your blog post. So you don't want to just come up with just random topics off the top of your head. Like that could be a good thing to help you get started with the keyword research, like coming up with the random topics off the top of your head. But if you want to make sure the blog posts are actually going to generate traffic and bring interest over to your site, you do need to do some keyword research to find out, okay, what are popular topics that my target clients are even searching for when it comes to my area of expertise. And then the third con is that results are slow to come. So because blogging, generating traffic through blogging requires like organic traffic from not social media, from a search engine like Google, that stuff typically takes a little bit of time for it to start working. So it could be at least 6 months or so before you start to see traffic come into your site from blogging. But again, the pro to me is that once you do start getting traffic, you will be getting traffic for years. So even though it's a little slow to get started, the shelf life is very, very long. And you don't have to have somebody writing blog posts like every single day like you do on social media. And so the second way to get traffic to your website is organic social media posts. So I feel like this way is the most popular, especially when it comes to really tiny businesses that are more like solopreneurs. Social media is definitely a way to help you push traffic over to your site. And the pros of social media is that social media really supports you in building a brand online. Like it helps people to connect with you as a person and as a personal brand, which starts to help you to build that community online, or almost like that tribe of supporters. And that really comes in handy when it comes to standing out from the competition and when it comes to just differentiating yourself in your industry, because everybody's industry is saturated. So when people love your personal brand, they're going to be much more likely to want to work with you. So social media helps them connect with you as a personal brand beyond your business. Another pro of organic social media is that it's free. So that's always nice to be able to use a tool like that for free. And then another pro is that minimal writing is involved. Like, yes, you are going to have to, of course, write your captions or do videos and stuff like this. But it's not as much writing as with blogging, because with blogging, you often have to write fairly lengthy blog post for it to actually have enough keywords embedded in it for it to work. But for social media, captions have a limit, so you don't have to do as much writing for it to work. And then the cons of social media is that results are also slow to come on social media too, because growing an audience on social media is not fast. It takes time and it can be a little bit slow, because especially nowadays, there's so many people trying to build a personal brand on social media now. So the getting that organic notice on social media for free takes time and it can be a bit slow. Another con of social media is that the conversion from people going from social media to your website is a bit low. So you don't get a ton of conversion with social media. Like only a tiny percentage of your social media audience actually ends up buying. So this means you need to accumulate a larger and larger and larger audience to actually get people to purchase something, because a lot of times people are just sort of like browsing on social media, and maybe they like your personal brand, maybe they like your content, but that doesn't mean they want to buy anything because they weren't actively searching for it. So we're going to get to the actively searching for what you do in a second with one of the other strategies. And then the final con is that it requires very, very frequent posting, like 3 to 4 times a week, every single week, to see growth and to be relevant. Because if you end up kind of taking a break from social media, then people forget about you. You're definitely not going to grow. Like the minute you stop posting, you stop seeing growth. And then it almost kind of like you lose your relevancy with it too, because people just kind of forget that you're even doing what you do in your business if you just disappear and you start to not post anymore. So social media can be a lot of work for low conversion and slow growth, but it is effective. But it's just I don't know, it's a lot to do every single week, week in and week out, for you to see the results to come from social media. And so the next strategy, and I actually offer this now in my business, is search engine optimization. So search engine optimization, out of all the strategies, and I'm not even trying to be biased, really does just have the least number of cons out of everything. And so the pro of search engine optimization is that it's actually more affordable than paid advertising. Because with SEO, you make a set investment every month for it to continue to get it optimized every month. So your site continues to rise in the ranks higher and higher as time goes on. And with advertising on paid ads, a lot of times people are increasing the budget and to get increased results and all this kind of stuff. But with SEO, you don't necessarily have to increase your spend because there's just a set spend amount. And the SEO specialist, which I'll be doing I do in my business, will go in there, analyze the results, and do the keyword optimization and stuff like that to improve it at the same set price. So you're going to continue to get more and more traffic and better results without spending more like you have to do with ads. Because pretty much with ads, you have to test. Well, we'll get to pros and cons of ads in a second. So second pro is that there's no involved in social media, in search engine optimization, because the search engine expert is going to handle keyword research for you. So all you do with this is you talk to the SEO expert about your business and what you do. They may have you complete a questionnaire, and that's it. Like you don't have to have somebody in your business writing captions for social media every single week or writing blog posts for your business like every single week or anything like that. You just do that initial onboarding with your SEO specialist to provide the keywords or to give the background information on your business so they can go search for the keywords for you. And then you don't have anything else to do but watch your SEO reports come in to see how your traffic increases every month. And then the third pro is that traffic is going to consistently come to your website for months and years to come once the results start coming in. So long, very long shelf life for the work that's being done in SEO. It lasts very long. And then it also, of course, doesn't require you to do work every week to stay relevant like social media. Because like I mentioned, social media posts, they have a very short shelf life. Like maybe after 24 to 48 hours, a social media post has become irrelevant and it's old and it's outdated now after only 24 to 48 hours. But with SEO, of course, it's a nice long-term strategy that doesn't require you to do work every week to stay relevant and to continue to see results. And then the next pro is that people visiting your website from SEO actually need what you have to offer. So I think this is my favorite part because I love when you can get targeted leads for people who really are looking for that specific thing that you do. They're not just bored scrolling down their Instagram feed, trying to kill time. Like they actually are looking for somebody who does the specific thing that you do when somebody finds you through SEO. So like if they are looking for a financial advisor like in Atlanta or something, they would be typing financial advisor Atlanta because they're actually looking for that right now today. And then you want your website optimized near the top so it ranks high and people are able to notice you and hire you as their financial advisor. So that is great when you're able to get noticed for people who are actively searching for and who actually need the thing that you offer. And then the con of search engine optimization, just really one con, is that the results from it can be slow to come because it typically takes about 6 months or so for search engine optimization work to actually become effective. So there's like kind of keyword swinging along the way. It takes time for Google to recognize the work that your SEO expert has done. And so it takes 6 months or so. But once it works, then it's working for years to come without all this constant effort and constant manual labor from you or any marketing specialist in your business. And then our next way to generate traffic to your website is video or YouTube, pretty much YouTube content, video content. So video content is great for getting traffic over. The first pro is that it positions you as an expert. So with video content, you're able to me, it's the same approach as blogging, but you're just, instead of writing about your expertise or writing about a topic that your target clients would be wanting to learn more about, you'll be talking about it verbally in the video. So it does similar as what blogging does by positioning you as an expert because you're able to show off your expertise and maybe answer potential client questions. You're able to address concerns that like a lot of your target clients would have. So it does a great job at showing off your expertise. And then another pro of video content is that it's going to bring traffic to your site from people who are interested in your area of expertise, which is great because YouTube is essentially a search engine. So with YouTube, people typically go to that search bar and they may type in like searching for like a tutorial on a certain topic. So the good thing with that is that they are likely searching for your topic when your video comes up in their search results. So this is bringing you people who are curious about your topic and who want to know more about your specific topic, which is great. Then the third pro of video content is that once results come, you also will get traffic for months and years. So YouTube videos have a very long shelf life. So there could be videos that you have done months ago or sometimes even years ago that are still getting views and bringing new people to your website and to your business. So very long shelf life. So it's definitely worth the effort. And then the fourth pro is that it's going to support you in building a brand and community online because with video, people are able to see you talk and see you speak. And they feel like they can connect with you more. They can kind of see your personality. So it really helps with that connection with your audience and that brand building. And then so con of video, there are a few cons, of course. So first con is that results can be a little bit slow to come when it comes to video content. Because it takes time for your video YouTube channel to kind of take off, if for lack of better terms, but you have to be very consistent with it. You need to be posting new YouTube videos for the third con every week to see real results. So, and if you fall off a week or you kind of stop posting for a week or two, you're going to see the growth stop. So like you'll see growth if you keep going every week, but if you just stop, all of a sudden it's going to stop. So there's kind of like this constant work that has to be put in for you to see the real results from the video. And then the third con, the second one, I kind of skipped that. But the second one is that video content can require a little more work to produce it. So like if you're editing, you have to do video editing. You need a decent setup to film the videos. You need to be good at audio so people can hear you well. So there's a lot of more legwork, or I guess a lot more preparation involved in releasing that finished video to the public versus with like a blog post or something like that. You can just type and write. It's all writing is the preparation, but video, there's a little more prep. And especially for us ladies, we may have to do our makeup and things like that to get ready for videos. So there's a little more preparation involved for videos, but at least they do have that long shelf life to get you traffic for months and years to come once those videos have been up. And then our next method of getting traffic to your website is paid advertising. So this method is definitely very popular, of course. And of course, one of the pros of paid advertising, that's when you, well, rewind. So paid advertising, of course, is when you want to pay for Facebook ads, or maybe you want to do pay-per-click ads, or you want to do YouTube ads, or even LinkedIn ads, just ads anywhere where you're having to pay some platform to put your business out there through an advertisement that you create. So the first pro is that, of course, your ad is going to bring traffic to your site from people who are interested in your area of expertise. And it's going to bring traffic to your site faster. Like, this is the only thing that's even fast is the ads, because you can basically throw some money into it and then you start kind of getting clicks right away. So it's the only method really that's fast out of the entire list. And then the cons is that you are going to need a substantial ads budget to experiment in the beginning until you figure out the ad formula that's going to work for your business. So that's one of the downsides of ads. I actually had to learn this the hard way in my own business. I thought it was going to be a quick, like, just turn the ad on, like with the click of a button and you get all this traffic and it works. But that's not true. You have to do some testing first. So you're going to have to put an ad out there, measure the performance, see, does it do well, does it not do well, where are people dropping off, and analyze your numbers to see, like, okay, is this ad effective or not? And if it's not effective, then you're going to have to put more money out there again to test the next ad. So you're basically testing one thing to the next until you find the ad that's going to work for you. Because not every type of ad is going to work for every business, no matter what any ad gurus say. Like, it's a very customized thing. And so different ad approaches are going to work for different business models. And it also varies based on the audience that you're targeting, because you could be targeting a different audience from someone else. And just because their approach works to get their audience doesn't mean it's going to work for you to get your audience. So you're going to need a substantial amount of, like, just really extra money to make sure you can perform that testing first before you really put your money into the ad. That's the ad that you're going to really put all your eggs in and make sure that's the one that really is going to be the one to give you the most traffic. And then the next con is that the conversion from website visitor or email subscriber to becoming a buyer is a little bit slow for ads. So this is when you sell like a higher end service. So like people in this professional service space, it's typically a higher investment in this space. So people who find you from ads, they typically take a little bit more time to buy. They kind of have to warm up to your business and start to trust you. Because the thing about ads is that those are what we call cold leads in the marketing sales world. And it's a cold lead when they are not necessarily looking for what you had to offer. They just happen to see this ad one day. And then they don't know you. They're not familiar with you and your business. They become a little bit warmer over time as they get warmed up to you, and they may start to actively look for options for somebody who's going to be doing what you do. But for the most part, people who come from paid ads are pretty cold when it comes to people selling a professional service to them. And so they need to warm up to you and start to build that trust before they feel comfortable buying from somebody who offers a service that costs a little bit more money, before they feel comfortable taking the leap to buy. And then our final way to get traffic to your site is to do podcast guest interviews and then to get media features. So a pro of this is that it is going to expose you to new audiences who may need what you have to offer. So when you're being interviewed as a guest on someone else's podcast, especially if it's a very popular podcast, they typically have a large audience of listeners who tune in to their podcast every week. And so whenever they interview you, you're getting to be exposed to a new audience of thousands of people or hundreds of people if it's a smaller podcast, but you're getting to be exposed to a new audience of people who have never heard of you, who may be excited to find what you have to offer. So when you're doing this, you do need to be very strategic to make sure you target podcasts that have an audience of people who are considered your target clients. So this way you're on the right podcast, because you don't want to be on just any podcast and nobody, they don't care about what you sell because you're just going on any podcast. So yeah, and then same thing for media features. If you get featured in some type of media publication, whether it's digital, most of the time it is digital nowadays. Nobody's really, hardly anybody, I won't say nobody, but not very many people are getting featured in print media nowadays. But if you're featured in some kind of publication, whether it's digital or print, that also exposes you to new audience members as well. Like if somebody comes across your article, and they're like, oh, that's a cool article. Let me check out this expert a little bit more and follow them on social media or check out their website or that kind of thing. So the exposure you get to new audiences is really, really great when it comes to guest interviewing in media. And then the cons, there are cons, of course. So the cons of that is that it can be, the results can be sporadic because the interviews and media features, they're a little, the frequency at which you get them is not in your control. So it can be a little bit hard to predict as like a predictable, consistent lead generation strategy. So I wouldn't put all my eggs in that basket. It's a great way to get extra exposure beyond what you're doing that's more in your control, but it's not like a end all be all type of solution with getting traffic to your site. And then the second con is that it requires a lot of pitching. So for you to get a bunch of podcast guest interviews and media features, you're going to have to do a lot of pitching. Some people end up hiring like a virtual assistant to do this sometimes, or maybe they hire like a PR expert to handle this, or they do it themselves if they're kind of bootstrapping things. So it does require a substantial amount of pitching for you to be able to get a higher number of interviews and features for this method. And so to sum it all up, my recommendation, considering the pros and cons of all of these, if your business is searching for a solution to generate website traffic for the long term, your business, you're going to be around for years to come. You have goals to scale. You want to get more clients. You want to stand out from your competitors, and you want to make sure you're ranking higher in search results for people who need what you have to offer. The best method for you is to to make sure you make search engine optimization a top priority. And the reason why is because, yes, although results can be a little slow once you first begin with search engine optimization, it can take about 6 months to start getting results. But once those results come in, it's a nice, consistent, long-term strategy that's you're not going to see a spike in cost all of a sudden for it to work better. Like it's just going to work better because time is passing by. And with time, it gets better. And with improved optimization from your SEO expert, it gets better. So you're going to see that increase in leads without that spike in cost. You're going to see an increase in leads without daily labor from you with trying to figure out what should I say on social media today, or what caption should I write, what picture should I post. Like that gets tiring. I even get tired with that myself in my own business. So if you are looking for a long-term, consistent lead generation strategy that's going to be with your business for years to come, that has a consistent investment that's not going to go up and spike, that's not going to require daily hamster wheel type of labor and work from you, then SEO is the best thing to make sure you have that in place for increasing your website traffic. So that is pretty much it for today's video. I just wanted to cover these ways of increasing traffic and the pros and cons of each way, because I know this tends to be one of the challenges for a lot of business owners, like whether they have an established website or not. A lot of times they're kind of wondering like, okay, once I get this website up or once I rebrand, like how do I over here? So wanted to just cover the pros and cons of these 6 most popular ways of getting traffic. And if you want to get some help with your search engine optimization, and you want to hire me in my agency to do that for you, then make sure you send me a message over on LinkedIn. And you can, I'll send you my calendar link where you can get a call scheduled. We can talk about your business, your goals, what kinds of clients are you wanting to attract, and then can map out a game plan for your traffic increase and your SEO. And I'll be happy to help. And then if you are needing brand identity and a website design, of course, then I definitely, of course, offer that as well. So it's pretty much one-stop shop. Like, you get the standout look with your new brand, your unique brand that's going to help you stand out from the competition. And then you also can get the SEO expertise to make sure the website is actually going to help you attract some new clients and some traffic. So you can get all the info at whitehousebrandingsstudio.com, or you can send me a message on LinkedIn, and then I can send you my website link, and you can schedule a free strategy session, and we can talk about your game plan. So hope this video was helpful for you, and I will see you in the next one. I'm going to try to be back for another topic next week, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. All right, bye.